So now jumping along, now over to Auntsfield Winery. So now it's interesting. Sauvignon Blanc is classically all about fresh, exuberant fruit, and rarely do you get oak. But when you introduce oak into the equation, you can get something that's quite intriguing. And of course, over in Bordeaux, where Sauvignon Blanc is blended with Semillon and then oaked classically, you end up with some of the world's greatest white wines. Auntsfield is the oldest winery in Marlborough, so it's actually run by the Cowley family. In fact, I think their dad is a movie star, and the two sons, Luke and Ben, are the viticulturists and the winemaker. They're real, absolute out-and-out dudes. So this is an intense barrique fermented Sauvignon Blanc that should be quite intriguing, but it's a whole lot more expensive. Now, this is in the echelons of one of the best white wines in the world. You see, you get honey and you get oak, and you don't have that explosion of fruit. Now
no, there's more creaminess, isn't there?
Creamy is 100% right, and that's coming from the oak influence and texture. So that's got
very fancy bottle.
It's a very fancy bottle, yeah. And Auntsfield is a very small winery. No, A for Anna, A for Auntsfield, A for
personalised.
Absolutely. No, but this is, I mean, it's an extraordinarily good winery. This is a small 2-hectare vineyard. So a hectare is 2.43 acres. So it's a 5-acre plot that's making this particular wine.
So how much, David? Give us the bad
news. Telling me it's going to be more expensive.
Yeah, this one is €37. But you see, we're absolutely. But you know what? When you're actually buying Marlborough Sauvignon Blanc, you'll get them for anything from €15 and a little bit upwards. So somewhere between 15 and €20, you're going to get a really good unoaked one.
Okay. And if you fancy a splurge, that's your one.
Exactly. It's another very famous one.
That would be beautiful with some lamb, New Zealand lamb.
Well, it wouldn't be the obvious choice now.
I think it would. I think
but it would be interesting.
Not really.
I love his answer. Not really.
No, it wouldn't. No. You're better off with a snack box for that.
No. Just as I say, we're actually. I mean, people may have forgotten about Bochet Nouveau, but Bochet Nouveau is once again is a style of wine that was quite popular a number of years ago, and what it is it's a bit of fun. And it should be treated in that context. So it's not a serious highbrow wine in any context. But what it reflects is it's the first release of wine from the 2018 vintage. So bear in mind that these grapes were picked in September of this year. They were crushed, fermented, and then packaged off and released onto the market. And they have a rule, which is that they will only release the wine on the 3rd Thursday of every of November. So this is
not about David.
So it's just a special kind. It's kind of a bit of a marketing thing, but and all around Paris and all around basically all around the world, Japan, everywhere else, they just love to have this simple, fruity style of wine. So it's almost like a sandwich wine. I dare I use that word, but it's just simple fruit.